Luke Raley was drafted by the Los Angeles Dodgers in the 7th round of the 2016 draft. His rise through the minors was different from most, though. He, for the most part, hit in the minors with the Dodgers with a 123 WRC plus in AA in 2018. But then the Dodgers traded him to the Twins in the Brian Dozier trade. He continued to hit well with Minnesota's minor league system, including slugging over 500 in 2019 in AAA Rochester. But remember, the 2019 Twins corner outfield and DH were this guy,
a drive to left, and there goes another one.
This guy,
A drive to right field, back, and gone.
and this guy.
High fly to deep right center field. Going back is Grichuk. Tie ball game.
There was no room for Raley in the big leagues. The Twins traded him back to the Dodgers alongside Brewster Gratterall for Kenta Maeda, a trade that went really bad for the Twins. Raley started off 2021 in AAA for the Dodgers, but before very long they needed outfield depth due to a variety of injuries, and there was an obvious candidate for the call. Luke Raley was a Los Angeles Dodger. But by this time, he was already 26. He wouldn't have that long a leash if he didn't hit in the bigs. Raley's initial stint wasn't terrible, but it wasn't enough to stay up on an absolutely loaded Dodgers roster. He was sent down just to be called back up almost immediately. But his second appearance was absolutely dreadful, and he got sent down again. He made a few more sporadic appearances in the majors, including his second big league homer, but it was mostly AAA. A really good AAA season at that, but there were already doubts that he could hit at the highest level. But before the 2022 season, big news. Luke Raley was traded to the Tampa Bay Rays for pitching prospect Tanner Dodson. Raley had his best stint at any minor league level, hitting 300, 400, 500 in AAA in early 2022. The Rays briefly called him up in late June, but immediately sent him down again. They called him back up in July, where he struggled. Then the All-Star break. They came back, Raley stayed up, and then the weirdest thing happened. He went off.
Swings and drives this one back into deep center. Mullins is going to go to the wall, and that baby is gone.
Immediately after the All-Star break, Raley went 8 for 21, 3 of those hits being for extra bases, while also walking as much as he struck out. He, of course, cooled down after that, but this was his first time hitting in the majors, even if it was a small sample size. He finished off the year back in AAA Durham, where he raked. Raley was very much up in the air to make the 2023 opening day roster, but after an extremely impressive performance in spring training, he made the roster as a platoon corner outfield and DH option. Raley got off to a red-hot start, hitting 7 home runs in April, continuing his hot streak in May, and going on an absolutely ballistic run in June.
He shoots this one deep to center field. That baby's going to get out of here. Home run, high off the back wall. 2-run shot by Raley.
At the end of June, he had a 159 WRC plus. He missed out on qualifying for the batting title during this stretch, but if we lower the plate appearance limit to as many as Raley had, he would rank 5th in baseball in WRC plus. Look at the names ahead of him. Ohtani, Seager, Acuna, and Alvarez. Nobody thought Raley could keep up this pace, but the rest of the year would be a complete 180. He wasn't terrible, but a 95 WRC plus from June on was disappointing. But even still, an awesome 2023 for Raley. This was the first season that he had stayed up for an entire year, and he put up a 129 WRC plus. Despite striking out 32% of the time, he got on base at an above-average rate, and he slugged 19 homers in 118 games. And then, another trade. This is where the really fun part of the story begins. Luke Raley was traded to the Seattle Mariners for shortstop Jose Caballero. With the 2 Mitches in right field and DH, Raley was the clear favorite to be the starting left fielder. But spring training couldn't have gone worse. Not only did Raley struggle massively, Mariners youngster Dominic Canzone absolutely crushed the ball in his own strong effort to land a spot in the lineup. And Canzone got it. He started in left field batting 7th, leaving Raley out to dry without an everyday role. Without regular at-bats, Raley's April was a complete train wreck. But he would have some luck on his side, as both Mitches struggle mightily, giving him a chance to regain his role on the team. And just like that, Raley was hitting again, the best since his first half of 2023, in fact. He put up a 142 WRC plus in May and a 146 in June. He wasn't quite back up to the 159 WRC plus he had through the 3 months of 2023, but he was a top 20 hitter in baseball during the stretch. But in July, he hit a brick wall, a 57 WRC plus and sub-replacement level. With the trades for Randy Arozarena and Justin Turner, and the astounding breakout of Victor Robles, Raley would need to step it up, and now. On August 2nd, the Mariners are playing the Phillies. The rookie Tyler Phillips is on the bump for Philadelphia, and his start isn't going well. Raley, with 2 on and 1 out, gets ahead 2-0. Phillips makes a great 2-0 pitch, a two-seamer away that Raley fouls off. But in contrast to that, his 2-1 pitch might be the worst pitch in the history of baseball. It's a four-seamer right down the middle that stays right down the middle. Raley lines up his shot and sends this baseball into another dimension.
There you go. High fly ball, Castellanos just wanted to see how far it would go. It went third deck. Wow. Luke Raley with a mammoth home run.
459 feet. One of the longest home runs in T-Mobile Park history. Fun fact, this ball joined the Albert Pujols ball as the second man-made object to exit the Milky Way galaxy. This was an awesome moment, a slugger showing off what he can do when he gets every last piece of a pitch. But I showed you that home run because, almost immediately after that, Raley would go on the biggest tear of his career.
Fly ball swatted out to right center field, out of a cannon, blasted and gone.
In the last 2 months of the season, Raley hit 11 homers while getting on base nearly 40% of the time and also swatting 8 doubles. All of that combines for a 181 WRC plus in the last 2 months of the season. That ranked in a tie with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for 4th in baseball during that stretch. Again, look at these names that he's next to. The 2 2024 MVPs and 2 guys that are sure to get down ballot votes. And then Luke Raley. Raley has proven that his 2023 was no fluke. He matched his 2023's 129 WRC plus, which ranked far and away the best on the Mariners with at least 300 plate appearances. Sorry, Victor Robles. Also, by the way, how is Caballero doing? Oh, wow. Raley also broke his personal best in home runs with 22 in 137 games, while going 11 for 13 on stolen base attempts and playing not great, but versatile defense. Whether it will be in left field, first base, or designated hitter, Luke Raley has solidified himself as a big piece of a good Mariners team. Quite a far way from being viewed as a quadruple A player.